back with us, Wall Street pro Nancy Tengler. Nancy, I've never seen a Congress so out to lunch, the Democrat Party that's so off the rails. They're talking about downgrade of the U.S., Nancy. That would be the second time in just a dozen years. Are the Democrats really going to normalize this? It'd be really bad. But Nancy, the first time when S&P did this under the Obama White House, downgrading the U.S., right, interest rates were at 0. Now rates are going to 7%. It's Katie bar the door with inflation with this party.
Yeah, Liz, it is breathtaking how ill-informed they are from an economic standpoint. I mean, I understand that this is politics, but a downgrade would be devastating and the market would react accordingly, which would not be positive. And I think what we have is a group of individuals who have unrealistic spending and their rhetoric is super sharp. Like if your viewers were to really understand the amount of mandatory spending, it's about 71% of the federal budget. Defense spending is only 12%. And then when you add in the interest payments, it takes you up to about 80%. And those interest payments are going to rise. So this notion that we're going to continue to argue over these issues while putting the credit at risk of the United States and damaging potentially Americans who are tired of this debt, $32 trillion in debt in a GDP environment of $25 trillion. That happened only one other time in our history, and that was World War II. These are things of a banana republic.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear, Nancy. You know, we've got Democrat Dean Phillips. There may be a growing split in the Democrat Party. He's suggesting, yeah, freeze that might be a way to go to get a deal done. You know, again, both the San Francisco Fed, the Chicago Fed warned government spending is igniting inflation. That's slamming voters. This 2012 election is right through people's kitchen tables. We've got real earnings after inflation down 7%. Under this White House, recession is around the corner. GDP growth is flatlined. Speaker McCarthy is saying the pandemic is over, but Democrats still demand wartime, massive pandemic spending. Let's get your reaction to this. Watch.
What the people should know, what the American people should know, that we are not taking any hostages here. Default is not an option. We want to reduce the deficit.
The Republicans continue to govern in a way that is clueless, callous, and with great consent, and I would say godless, because faith without works is dead.
We're willing to find common ground with the other side of the aisle for the good of the American people whenever and wherever possible. But we've also made clear that we will fight extremism whenever necessary. This is a default crisis that is manufactured MAGA madness.
You know, Nancy, voters are saying the rhetoric is madness. 45% of Democrats say cut spending. 60% overall say cut spending. Biden's approval rating on the economy in the tank. What do you make of this rhetoric about hostage taking, extremism, MAGA? Are people believing them?
I don't think so. I think the poll numbers would argue that they're not, Liz. And I think most Americans understand that by Speaker McCarthy asking to keep spending flat or just slightly below last year, you know, we spent $6.3 trillion. $6.3 trillion. So I think there's probably just a little teeny bit of fat in there that can be cut out. For example, as you mentioned, the COVID funds that have gone unused, and this insistence of no work requirement for benefits is just disastrous for the economy because we've got a labor shortage. So I don't think it's working, and I think they're sounding more and more desperate. But in the meantime, you know, we all sit by and watch.
Yeah, and people don't like the feeling it's out of control. But the White House is doubling down. They still want the more spending. You know, the other thing, too, is people don't like seeing the economy change with a stroke of a pen, Nancy, with the White House circumventing Congress, like the electric bus push, for example. We're seeing stories at Ann Arbor, Michigan, the school buses to take children, the electric school buses are not working. Philadelphia, we saw this in California, too. The electric school buses that they want are not working. This is our school children we're talking about.
Right. And then just wait till this summer when we get, you know, rolling brownouts in California. I live in Incline Village, Nevada, so I'm on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe. But we are also punished by their fires that cause the rolling brownouts, and then you try charging your Tesla. But more importantly, there's people that need things like, you know, breathing machine, oxygen, and other home devices. And that's the big tragedy, because there's plenty of resources in California. It's just been mismanaged.
Great insights, great perspective from the one and only Nancy Tengler. Come back soon, Nancy. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you.